live on the stream, 7:02 a.m. Sorry, a little bit late today. Before the stream, I'm really trying to go in on this content thing. And what I realized was I can't just decide to make good shorts. I can't just decide to stream, but I probably need to have good streams, which will come way down the road. So I'm going to keep doing this consistently, but I also probably need to have really good long form content that I'm posting on YouTube when it comes to building community, basically, for dog parents. So that's kind of what I'm thinking through. That's what I'm trying to work through in my head. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm a little bit later to the stream than usual, but we are. Oh, oh, dang. We're live. And I have my call in sheet ready. So basically, we come on the show for a few reasons and a few reasons only. The first one, we're trying to help people feel connected. We do that by answering their questions about community and answering their questions about communication. If we can answer people's questions about community and their questions about communication, I think we'll have a good time helping people feel connected. I always like to get people scenarios like how do you deal with conflict, or how do you find new people to talk to, or this, that, and the other. So the goal is to answer questions. They use that information. They get connected in their real life. And then we're also trying to connect dog parents here in Austin. And the goal there is to really be a matchmaking service for dog parents and have some free events in our Facebook group where people get connected and kind of go through the stages of community, which, if you don't remember, Stage 1 is small talk. Stage 2 is consistent activity. Stage 3 is vulnerability. Stage 4 is more consistent activity. Stage 5 is time on goal. Stage 6 is time and money on goal. And stage 7 is interdependence towards the goal, which is basically I'm depending on you to show up and have a complementary skill set such that this thing can get done. And this happens all across organizations that do anything. You have multiple people who do different things, and those things that they're doing are necessary to the accomplishment of the goal. You have that in business, you have that in a church setting, you have that in a sports team, you have that in any nonprofit, you have that in any political movement you like organize, you have that. Oh my gosh, guys. I knew something was missing. The second time I've done this. Hope you guys could hear me though. So yeah, you have that kind of interdependence towards the goal in a lot of areas of life. And if you don't have that, you might be somebody who isn't that goal oriented, which honestly, nothing wrong with it if that's how you like to live your life. I want to check, make sure I'm live on everything. We're live on Restream, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're live on YouTube Vertical. We're good to go there. We're going to pull up our segments and then we're going to pull up the charts. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I think I do that every stream, guys. Okay, let's see. Content streaming. I think we got some stream segments to go through. Let's see what we got. Okay, we do have some stream segments to go through. But first, guys, I think part of community, part of having consistent activity, the reason I'm able to hop on this stream so much, it's me demonstrating community right here. I trade every morning. And so I know it's a weird hodgepodge of activities. We have dog parents, we have trading, and we have streaming, and then we go to work at 8, right? A lot of activities, and yes, maybe I need to streamline my life, but for now, it is what it is. And so I'm going to take some time to look at the market for a second. We did just have a CISD on the 1 minute with a bullish. Actually, the trade would have already happened a minute ago if we have a clear liquidity to liquidity play, which I don't think we do. Okay, what's the last liquidity that was hit?
It's not an order block. No fair value gap. So the last fair value gap I see is at 11 p.m. It's a bearish fair value gap. We haven't even been back up there yet. Yeah, market's just looking ugly today. So we're looking for any external sweeps. So let's look for that. So we swept a low here at 11 p.m. while creating that bearish fair value gap. And so after sweeping that low, we've started the process of going back up. This is weird. We could be going up into the bearish fair value gap. I know it sounds interesting, but you're going external to internal. Recently, we swept an external, and then we have not created. Okay, we created another low that we haven't swept. Created a high that we haven't quite swept. Yeah, this is a messy one. It's low key currently creating a bullish fair value gap. Yeah, guys, I'm looking at the markets today and I'm really just confused. I am just confused. Let me take some allergy medicine real quick so I'm less annoying for you guys. Yeah, I wish Theo was on here. He'd be able to tell me what to do in the market, but the answer is probably nothing. And I've just been spoiled because I took 2 trades in the past 2 days, all of which went break even. All right, what we doing? Yeah, guys, I think this is just gonna be a no trade day, so I'm gonna talk through some stream segments, maybe do some live YouTube video research because I was just doing that from like 6 to 7. It's like I'm trying to plan viral content. I'm trying to push out viral content, and then from 7 to 8, I come on the stream, and then I get ready for work and go to work. But yeah, guys, I just don't know. I don't know with trading right now. And if you don't know, you should probably sit on your hands because often it's super clear. It comes from a fair value gap, it's going to liquidity. But right now, most recent fair value gap is bearish, and we don't know where it's going exactly. It broke through some bullish fair value gaps too while doing that. It swept a low. And so you think it would go from that low into the bearish fair value gap, back down to take that low if you're on sell side, which we are. So I think taking a long into this bearish fair value gap is not the craziest thing ever, but for some reason I really don't like it. One, it's a lot of distance. It's like 100 points. We've created some local highs like that are absorbed by this huge fair value gap. So the most clean liquidity that I'm seeing is an external sweep. But then let's see if we have any others. Low that hasn't been swept. High that hasn't been swept. It's just consolidating. Yeah, guys, I just don't know. Fair value gap that could have been there that's closing. Yeah, and the fair value gap that was just created on the 1 minute that had a CISD just got absolutely mauled through. Because like the draw on liquidity isn't clear. When draw on liquidity isn't clear, you sit on your hands. That's what I'm doing. I'll come look at it again in 20, 30 minutes, but that's what we're doing for right now. Hmm. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Man, guys, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie. All I really want to do is keep researching these YouTube videos to try and make them and create my better offer for the pet parent matchmaking that I'm trying to do. This is kind of tough. Hmm. Yeah. Hey, we got somebody on Facebook. Wanted to say hey. We're on the stream. If that's Jessica, Jessica, say hey. Comment something in the chat. It's freezing outside. Jessica. Yes. I know. This is tragic. And this is particularly tragic because I come. You know what? I have not posted the Halloween costume contest for pets, and I'm going to go do that right now. We said $10 incentive in the Facebook group, right? This is the power of accountability here live on the stream. Hey, everybody, we couldn't. Let's see if I can add everybody in the group. Yes, I can add everyone. That's so nice. Hey, guys, we couldn't get together for Halloween, but I'd love to see if anybody dressed up their pups. Post a photo of your pup in the group and best like it. Friends to come like it. Best photo gets most likes. All right, Jessica, tell me what you think about this. I said, hey, everybody, we couldn't get together for Halloween, but I'd love to see how everybody dressed up their pups. Post a photo of your pup in the group and tag/invite some of your dog parent friends so they can come comment and like it. Best photo gets $10. And then in parentheses, I have most likes/comments. What do you think about that? Oh, what did I say? Best photo gets Venmoed. How do you spell Venmoed? Is it VENMOED or just apostrophe D? How does that work? Ah, Canva poster. Okay, yeah, that's how I spelled it. I'll make a Canva poster. I'll try to have ChatGPT make a picture. Let's see what it comes up with. Cool that I have the add everyone now. I guess my group is big enough. And let's see if I can share my screen so you can give me feedback on it. Let's see if I can get on Restream. Let's see, sources. Hmm. All right. I think you can see my screen a little bit here. Let me try to. There's a little bit of inception going on. I'll have to redo this, but I think you can see it for now. Ordinary. Oh no, it needs to be way better than that. I need the graphic to be cute. More image, less text. That's pretty cool. And my computer didn't shut down. Bright and colorful. Yeah, no, I love ChatGPT a lot too. Um, let's see. Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, I use ChatGPT for pretty much everything. What do you use ChatGPT for, Jessica? I'm curious. I basically use it as Google now. Like instead of Googling stuff, I chat GPT stuff. And thank you for coming to watch on your day off. Um, nice, nice. Thanks for coming to help because this was super helpful and I wanted to make sure this got done. So I appreciate the reminder. Let's see. Yeah, I think having multiple screens for streaming purposes would be great for this. So I could show my screen and be on stream and take call-ins, so on and so forth. But I need a desktop monitor vibe. Man, it is slowly creating that graphic. I'll tell you what. Yeah, flesh out what you want to say sometimes. I completely agree. I'll have like a text or an email that I need to send, and I'll write out bullet point ideas, or I'll write out generally what I want to say. I'm like, hey, make it sound a bit more nice, or make it sound a bit more like this, add more detail, elaborate a bit. And it gives me something, it helps me go from idea to fully written thing to something I can edit a lot faster. So it can create a finished product really fast. What do you think about this photo? Do you see that photo, Jessica? Ordinary. Any tweaks I should tell it to make? It has gotten so much better at making photos. Oh, you wish it would say the $10 prize. Yeah, so it says the $10 prize at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. But it says best photo gets $10. Do you think I should have it up here instead at the big title? Yeah, we'll try and create another one. We'll try and create another one for $10. Keep everything the same, but put best photo gets a $10 Venmo as the best, as the biggest tax. Your dog costume. All right, let's see if it can do that. The thing with ChatGPT and making photos, though, is it often will not keep the elements of the photo the same. So you'll tell it to make one tweak, and then it comes and it makes like it's a whole different photo, like it's a whole different thing. And that can be a little irritating for sure. But let's see what we got. Oh, you like it? Okay, well, we'll see what it does, and if it we'll post it then. Um, yeah. Yeah, it says $10 prize. You think it looks great. We'll see what the second photo comes up with, see if it's more prominent. Because I agree, like when I want people to scroll and see it and they get tagged and they first pull it up, that's the first thing I want them to see. Like $10. Get it. Get $10. Posting a photo. Because people care about that more than they care about just posting a photo and getting likes. So we'll see what we get here, or we'll just use this one. And we'll just go ahead and download this one right now. Ordinary. And if anybody is skeptical of AI, I just made that photo in a few minutes, and if that had been me working in Canva, that would have taken eons, and it would not have been as good as it was. So maybe that's not saying much because I'm not the most artistic person in the world, but oh yeah, no, it definitely does that with text. It definitely does that with text. It's like it can get pretty irritating. Like that's the thing. It's like ChatGPT and AI right now. I'm sure it'll get better in the next 3 to 5 years, probably the next 3 to 5 months, but it is extremely it's like a smart child. Like you have to give it very explicit instruction as if it were like a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old. But then it has the brain of like all the PhDs in the world put together into that 4-year-old's brain. So it's like instruct the 4-year-old well, and it can do pretty much anything or tell you pretty much anything. But it's also a 4-year-old and like gets kind of shiny object syndrome and will pull random facts out of nowhere and has a really creative imagination. So if you don't fact check stuff or check stuff for quality, it'll create something that you didn't want. And you kind of have to go back and be like, hey, stay within these guidelines, which is just funny because something that's so smart, I wouldn't say it's smart, but has access to so much information is for it to need that much guidance. It's just funny. It's counterintuitive. Yeah, I like the other one better. I like the other one. I like this one. I'll just make the headline really good. We'll say best photo gets $10 Venmo. Hey, I can get together for Halloween, but I'd love to see how you post your file. We added everyone. Cool beans. And we will post it. Look at that. Live during the stream. Building community. Getting the Facebook group engaged. We also had some people kind of respond. Saturday morning. Mornings are good. Tuesday evening or Sunday. Thursday evening or Saturday morning / afternoon, evening. I'm probably Saturday morning. Yeah, we're probably going to have to go with Saturday, guys. Ordinary. Cool beans. All right. Oh, Jessica, I don't know if you've ever seen the charts, but if you can still see my screen, like this is what I'll trade off of. Let's see what you said. Yeah, everyone does love posting about their own pet / child. So I think that will get some good engagement actually, and we've been wanting to engage the group a little more, especially with our next event coming up. Probably in mid-November. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. Do you have any ideas for the next event? I was thinking like create a pup cup. So we buy some very cheap supplies. People come out, create a pup cup, socialize. It's like an hour-long activity maybe. and we can market that a little bit. But spending money on these events kind of tough. Yeah, it's just kind of tough because we're not making money from it right now. So I don't want to spend too much money, but I also don't want only 5 people to come. But I think by this point I have 149 people in the group. Just sending out the RSVP like function and letting people RSVP or say they're interested. That should be enough. Yeah, so here's the thing about me participating but winning no money because I'm giving the money away. I don't have a dog. So I know I'm like building dog parent community and such. But yeah, I really just poop scoop and like building community. Don't have a dog, so I can't. I need to get a dog. 1, because it'd be fun. 2, because it'd feel a lot more natural to connect with other dog parents because I know a lot more of what they go through. And it'd probably help me improve my services and whatnot. Yeah, no, chart looks crazy. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the 1 minute chart. So each of these candles represents 1 minute. And so when we're looking at like the hour chart and we're talking about a fair value gap, you see this big red candle right here. Between the green candle at 10 p.m. and this green candle at 12 p.m., there's a gap on this red candle. That's the fair value gap. So that's a form of liquidity. Long story short, I look to kind of trade from there down, or if it sweeps this low, trade from there up. And so what it might do, probably not, in the next 30 minutes is sweep this low and come back up into this order block. Like I would go take that trade. Actually, it already swept a low key at 2 a.m. So if I get a bullish CISD and fair value gap, I might take it. I just don't like how the market's looking. Anyway, that is not why everybody comes on the stream. Oh, that's so smart. Ask chat to make me one. That is so smart. We should do that right now. I'll do it right now. Let's see. My friend got ChatGPT to make one that was a pit bull dressed up as Nacho Libre. A pit bull dressed up as Nacho Libre. Oh, let's see. What do I want? What type of dog do I want? I kind of want like a 45-pound lab. Dressed up as Frozone. Let's see if it can make me an image of a 45-pound lab dressed up as Frozone. Just see what it comes up with. Ordinary. I know. I'm so curious. I'm so curious right now. That's what the stream's gonna be from here on out. You know, just chat GPT, dog photos, it making up dog parables, dog poop stories that are horror stories. No, I like talking about community. You can also put your photo into chat, ask it to make you into a dog. Wow. Should I just put my LinkedIn photo into chat, ask it to make me into a dog? That's funny. Let me see. Let's see if I got any photos. Ordinary. See if I got any good photos. Ask ChatGPT to make me into a dog. That is crazy. All right, I'll do it. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what it. You know, that photo of a lab looking like Frozone is funny. I did think it would be funnier. I won't lie. Let's see. All right, I have to do this on my phone because I don't have the. So just give me, brother. All photos. There we go. You can learn to love again. All right, I gave it 2 photos, one with me and Gracie and one with just me holding up the poop scoop and stuff. Won't lie, I don't have that many photos of me, so we'll see what it comes up with. I did it on my phone, so let me refresh. Let me refresh this chat sequence. Can learn to love again. All right, it's currently putting in the work. Making me into a dog. Gave it this 2 images. Let's see. Can learn to love again. It's a different type of stream today. Totally fine though. I'm trying to like figure out because I like talking about community, but I want to talk about it in a way where people want to hear about it. You know, you can't just like I keep thinking about that YouTuber that's what does he do? He basically does finance stuff, and you talked about him. You listen to him a lot. I can't remember his name, but he like is in Austin. He roasts people who like do crappy finances. Like he could just get on YouTube and basically be like, "Hey, here's 3 tips to budget right, or here's 4 tips to do this, or 5 tips to do this, and here's an experience I had." Or he could roast crazy financial situations on YouTube, still get the financial advice out there, but it gets way more reach. So I'm trying to think about how can I talk about community in a way that people want to hear about it. I've been thinking about like Mr. Beast has these crazy videos, and I'm like, if I could demonstrate peak community in like a 48-hour weekend trip and like between 6 to 10 individuals and get like a video of that, I'm like, that'd be really fun to watch. But what would it look like to demonstrate peak community in an entertaining but meaningful way? You know, if I could give advice to like people calling into the show, I think that'd be really fun to watch. But what would it be like to get consistent call-ins, all this stuff? Yeah, Caleb Hammer, exactly. Like he has this crazy format for giving people financial advice that really works for him. And I'm just trying to think about how can I get something that works for me. That is like that people actually want to watch, you know, because the stream is great and my shorts are actually growing. I do just need to be consistent with it. But okay, hold on. Just what would it look like to continue to grow? So let's see. It tried to make me into a dog. I think I didn't give good enough instructions. Let me start a new chat and have it make me into a dog. Or here, I'll take a Facebook photo. Tell it to make me into a dog. Let's see. Man, I don't have many Facebook photos. Dang. Where is this? I guess we'll just try and take this one. Let's see. Got to get the snipping tool. Let's see. And see that this is the other thing with chat. Like sometimes you have to go make a new chat because it's just messing up and it's like, hey, you're stuck on that last thing. Like, make me into a dog with a funny Frozone costume. Honey, where's my super suit? I don't know why I've been so stuck on Frozone recently. Like for the past 2 years, I'm like, a Frozone costume would be so funny. This, that, and the other. All right. Let's see what we got. Tell to put you in a costume. No Theo today? Yeah, I guess not. You know, he's usually on by 7:30, 7:40, but sometimes he sleeps in a little bit. So I guess not with Theo today. He usually comes on to trade too, but he gets to trade. He has a remote job, so he can kind of work and check the charts in between his like breaks and stuff. And so, you know, he can trade a little bit longer than I can. So whereas like I have to wake up consistently to be like I'm trading from 7 to 8 basically, or 6:30 to 8. He has to be like, oh well, I can trade from 8 to 12 and be fine, which is good for him. So he did sweep a low, and there is an order block to go to, which is an internal. So external to internal. If we get a bullish fair value gap that has a CISD, so we got a bullish fair value gap here, but it didn't take a high. Well, yeah, that's an equal high, so it's not good enough. Yeah, basically, if it comes from here to taking all of this, basically this high at 735, if it creates two big green candles to take that, I'll think about taking a trade. But right now, it's just not looking too hot. This is so close, though. So close. Like it is actually so close, man. But you see how this green candle's coming. I would suspect it's because we just swept this low, which means we just took external liquidity. It's going to start heading towards internal liquidity because the market is always moving, at least based on how we trade, from external to internal liquidity. Yeah, so we just need to. I got these like fruit flies around me. Okay, back to chat. Let's see what it came up with. Brother. I like how it's still holding the poop scoop materials. And it gave it like. Do you see this? Yeah, I think it got caught on just the Labrador. So there I am with my poop scooping materials in my front. You know what? That's funny. I'll post it in the group. I'll post it in the group. This is funny. Let's see. Dang, we had 33% of people pick Saturday, so that's what we're going to be doing for our next event. Geez, this thing is just relentlessly dropping. It's pretty insane right now. Like that is an insane candle. It might just be coming for this low. I don't know, but we can take it back up into this order block if it ever turns around on the 1 minute. And by ever, I mean in the next 17 minutes. Posted it. Here's a good question. With food stamp benefits. So Jessica says, don't want to get into the politics of this topic, but here's a good question. What can we be doing as a community to be helping those that will be impacted by the current situation with food stamp benefits? I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna make me sound like a horrible citizen, but I don't follow the news that much. Is it that food stamp benefits are getting taken away like everything else that was getting slashed with government spending? Or what exactly is going on, if you're able to explain it in a chat message on Facebook? I can also do some Googling. What is the current situation? I've seen just some posts on social media on it with like SNAP benefits and such. But let's see. Okay. The Texas Tribune will halt November SNAP benefits. Here's what you need to do. Federal food assistance payments to the nation's poorest citizens will come to a halt on Saturday. The result of the second. Okay, so federal food assistance payments to the nation's poorest citizens will come to a halt on Saturday. The result of the second longest government shutdown in U.S. history. It will be the first time the benefit has been interrupted since it began more than 6 decades ago. More than 3.5 million low-income Texans are among the more than 40 million Americans receiving supplemental nutrition assistance program payments each month. Yeah, we used to get food stamps when I was a kid. For a certain period of time, not the whole time, but yeah, for a certain period of time. With Democrats demanding that Congress address expiring health insurance subsidies and Republicans refusing to negotiate until the government reopens, the parties have been locked in a stalemate over government funding for close to a month. Okay, so government shutdown is causing food stamps to go away, which basically means there's a large segment of people, i.e. 3.5 million low-income Texans and more than 40 million Americans, who won't receive some money to get food that they usually receive to get food. Is that all correct? Yeah, basically on November 1st, they're not re-upping the funds for SNAP benefits, so a lot of people are not going to be getting those benefits that they usually rely on. HB donated a few $1 million to local food banks to help with this. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few things, right? So when you're looking at a problem like this, there's like 3 things that help, I feel like. Time, money, and awareness. And so when you take food stamp benefits going away in America and millions of people being impacted, at least until the government gets back up, here's what we can do as people trying to help. The first thing is put our time in. The second thing is put our money in, so we can go volunteer at the food banks. We can go take our money and buy food and donate it to the food banks. Non-perishable teams for Halloween to help with the community, which I think is a good idea. So yeah, join one of those teams or raise awareness like this. Like Jessica, this was not top of mind for me. And I promise you there's 365 million people in America, and there's probably less than 1 million who are thinking about it day to day of like how we can actually help people. And so, who are actually willing to do something with those thoughts. You know, people might consider it, might think about it, might know it's a thing going on, but how many people are actually going to get off their rump and do something? Who knows the answer to that? And so I think using your time to join a team, to volunteer at the food banks, to like raise awareness, or using your money to do all three of those things are all great ideas for how to help. It would be cool to use the dog parent community to do something like this, to raise $100 or something, 500, 1,000, $5,000, something to get it going. It's like I got 149 people in that group. $30 a person is 4,500. That would be intense to get for sure, because that group's not that engaged. But it's like that's why I like to build community. The stages of community, you have like interdependence towards a goal is like the ultimate stage, and that's where you use your time, your money, and your skill set, and you're kind of like depending on each other to show up and like get the thing done. And so when you rally behind something like this, like, hey, we're gonna give $10,000 or something in a Saturday to this shtick, to really help people get food, right? Like, people are losing benefits. Like, food will not be eaten by people who usually would be able to eat food, which is a huge deal. It's a cause worth rallying towards. It's a goal worth rallying towards, and we need each other to show up for awareness purposes. Like, Jessica, I kid you not, this was not top of mind for me at all, which I should probably be better about that. But yeah, time, money, and awareness is how I would help. And so when you say a lot of people are going to be handing out non-perishable items for Halloween to help the community, yes, no, I'm right there with you. Community helps in many ways, especially when people really need help. I've told you how one day I wish I could just go around paying for people's groceries. I completely agree. I think Tony Robbins, like, I don't know if you know who Tony Robbins is, but he's this like big motivational speaker guy. He said his life changed a lot when he just bought a family food for Thanksgiving that like wasn't going to have food. He didn't have money. They didn't have money, but he still bought their meal. And he was like, that was the best thing ever. I realized I really want to help people. And so I kept going on about it that way. And honestly, like, yeah, like I'm trying to do the same. Like, I'm trying to help people, trying to build communities that help people. And so, yeah, Tony Robbins is great. He's awesome. But yeah, I think just that feeling you get from helping somebody like that, just paying for their groceries and the opportunity to make an impact in their life, like, you get a good feeling, they get a good experience. Like, it's kind of a win-win for everybody. We say non-perishable items for Halloween to help the community. Are they going to be handing them out? Like, where are they going to be handing them out? Like, as people come and trick or treat, or they're just going to go to lower income neighborhoods that might be on food stamps and hand them out? Like, where are people going to hand out the non-perishables? Just curious. I gotcha. Okay, so people are just kind of doing it everywhere. And just for Halloween, kind of across the board. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. I think something that would be cool is like one of those like adopt a family. Like, if there was some organization out there that was like, hey, all these people are off food stamps, we know how to access their information, we're going to pair them up with people who want to adopt one or two families for the month until food stamps come back on. And I see. So instead of candy, it's the non-perishables. Yeah. Yeah, buying non-perishables and handing them out, or like, because I'm like, when somebody's getting food stamps, they're probably getting $150, $200 in food stamps, $200, maybe $300 in food stamps, and it's not like, I don't know, like feeding, it might be, well, to feed a whole family of like 5, it might be upwards $600, $800, but to like take care of somebody's food for like the month, maybe $200 an individual. if they're cooking, which is also a hard situation because you don't know what circumstances people are in. Maybe they're working two jobs and don't have time to cook, or maybe they're, I don't know. It's just tough. But I think being able to, like, there was an organization out there that was prepped for government shutdowns, because the government shuts down once every few years, I feel like, to like match families in need with families who want to help. I think that'd be super cool. I'm sure there has to be some organization out there like that. It was actually one of the ideas I had, like, long term, I would like to obviously help people in poverty. Yeah, they get a lot of money. It's just based on family size. Yeah, no, I remember, like, I think my family would get like $400 or $500 at one point because we had 6 kids in the house, and my parents were working. It was just like they need a leg up. I think my dad had lost his job for a little bit, and yeah, I don't know. It's just tough. It's tough. But it was an idea I had. I was like, because a lot of poverty, the issues are so complex. I'm like, you need the love of the gospel to like really see people through it. Like, giving people food is great, but when you're like really struggling financially, you need a lot more than just food. Like, there's probably a lot of stuff going on in your life. And so it was very idealistic of me, but a long time ago, I just wanted to match people. I wanted to do the like adopt a family, but like for a long time. I called it the 18-year commitment. I was like, if everybody who was able loved one family that is less fortunate than them, like a parent would love their child, and that you sacrifice that much for them, you try to give that much to them, which I know isn't healthy. But this was my idealistic 19-year-old self, and I think there's something to it still. I think it would go a long way. That's all I'm saying. Like, we just loved one or two people that well. Everybody did it, and we all did it mutually exclusively, or whatever that term is. I think it could be pretty hype. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'll look more into it. I'll talk with Gracie about if there's anything we can do. I think somebody in our group chat, I was on stream the other day, and they mentioned doing something like this to help people. Exactly. Like, how could that work in today's day and age? Because the sad reality of it is most people are selfish. So they're just not going to participate in that. And so, like, what's the incentive for each person to participate? Obviously, the person getting help is getting help, and so their life is getting better. But what is that doing for the person who is doing the helping? And how do you do it at scale? I don't know. Questions I'm trying to answer. Let's see. Yeah, so somebody actually recommended it while I was on stream yesterday about how we could do something for SNAP benefits, and Gracie responded to the message. I didn't read it, but yeah, hopefully we'll think of some way to help. Yeah, that's really cool. Well, no, I completely agree. That it's the answer I keep coming back to, Jessica, that like, in order to help people and not be selfish, Like if you want to go from being selfish to really being a generous person that has a life full of people, you have to stop being selfish. You have to willingly give your time, energy, effort, and money to people without expecting anything back. And the only way you can do that is having the backdrop of God's love and just knowing how much he loved you and what he did for you and the power that that gives you every day to do the same for others. Without that, it's really tough to convince people. Like maybe that's the problem. I'm trying to convince people. It's like they don't want to do it. So just leave them alone or love them until they realize how much they're loved. And then they want to turn around and do it for others because it really is infectious. Like I think very few people can sit in the face of unconditional love for extended periods of time and like not react to it. But I think the reality is most people are sitting in the face of the absence of unconditional love for extended periods of time. And they're blind to any love around them because of, you know, all the other stuff that takes up their life. Sin, the effects of sin, and the worries of life. And what is it? It's like, what's that parable? You have the thorns, which are the worries and cares of life that's like choke the gospel out. What's the parable? Which parable am I talking about? I do parable about thorns. Choking out the word. Yeah, I think the key to having a really giving society is making sure you have the good soil, if you will. Because I'm pretty sure the soil is our heart state, and the seeds is the gospel. And so in the path, the birds ate it up. On the rocky ground, it sprang up quickly, but withered without roots. Among thorns, it grew, but the thorns choked it. And I think the sun burned it on the rocky ground as well. But in the good soil, produced fruit 100-fold. And so first thing is making our heart good soil, or allowing God to transform our heart into good soil, receiving his word. And yeah, I just think that's the gospel, baby. Well, all right, guys, it's 8 a.m. I'm going to run. Jessica, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for holding me accountable to my Austin Dog Parent Social Club post about Halloween. Hopefully we get some engagement there. I'll let you know. I'll be on stream tomorrow, so if you want to come check to see if anybody's posted, come on through. Yeah, hope you have a great day as well, and I will see everybody tomorrow.